He called her smelling in front of the mothers. Oh, what followed shook the entire village. This isn't just a story, it is a warning. Welcome to Ife Ancestral Tale, and this is in the heart of Ikot Ekpene, the cultural capital of the Annang people in Akwa Ibom State. The village of Nto Edino roots with life. Palm trees swung in the humid breeze, and the rich forest zone cradled the community like a mother's embrace. But beneath the surface, trouble brewed. The sacred shrine of Akwa Abasi, Ibom, the supreme being who lived beyond the cloud, stood in ruin. Once a place of offering and prayers, its sacred tree, Ayob Ilem and Ukom, were cut down by youth who called them old faction. The sacrifice to Abasi Enyong, god of the sky, and Agwasi Isong, god of the soil, had stopped. The elders warned that the ancestors were watching, but the youth laughed, saying, "The gods are blind, nothing will happen." Among these youth was Akai, a rebellious young man. He was the leader of a group called the New Blood, who believed the old ways were holding the village back. They mocked the elders, ignored taboos, and lived as they pleased. Some even slept with married women, boasting that no deities could touch them like Ekpo Nkawo. Akai, with his quick tongue and fearless attitude, was the loudest. "These shrines are just wood and stories," he said, kicking the sacred stone. "We are modern now." The village began to change. Strange sickness struck. Fevers that no herbs could cure. Rashes that burned like fire. The youth grew wilder, disrespecting elders at every turn. One market day, Akai crossed a line no one dared to cross. Yay! As he swung through the bustling Udwa Arid market, he saw a Kaudwak, an elderly woman known for her wisdom and connection to the ancestors. Her clothes were worn, and she carried a faint scent of herbs from her healing work. Akai, drunk on palm wine and pride, shouted, "Old woman, you smell like a rotten yam. Go back before you choke us." Wow! The market froze. Traders dropped their basket. Mothers gasped. Ekaudrak eyes widened, not with anger, but with a deep knowing silence. To insult an elder, especially a woman, by calling her smelly was a grave sin in Annang land. It was said to offend not just the people, but the ancestors who guided the community's harmony. The elders whispered, "Akai has invited the rest of Abasi Ibom." That night, the elderly women of Nto Edino gathered in secret. Led by a Kaudwak, they decided to act. At dawn, they marched to Akai's compound. Their bodies bear a powerful and fearsome protest in Annang tradition. Nakedness of an elderly woman was a cost, a call to the ancestors to judge the offenders. They stood before his hut, chanting, Akai, you have spat on the mothers. You have mocked the womb that birthed this land. Repent, or the ancestors will speak. Villagers gathered, trembling at the sight. Akai's mother, Ekaetuk, fell to her knees, begging her son to apologize. The elders demanded he perform the cleansing rituals, offering of kola nut, palm white, and a goat to appease Abasi Isong and the ancestors. But Akai laughed, his eyes gleaming with defiance. I, Akai, I am fortified, he boasted, showing charm he brought from a wandering herbalist. He continued, Ami Akai, no ancestors can touch me. You old women are wasting your time. The crowd gasped. Ekaudwak raised her hands, her voice like thunder. 7 days, Akai. 7 days, and you will see the angers of the ancestors. The mothers are angry. The gods are angry. The women turned and left, their bare feet leaving prints in the dust, a silent promise of consequences. This is serious. For the next 6 days, the village held its breath. Akai continued his restless ways, mocking the warning. His friends, Udeme, Esido, and Akpanudo joined him, causing more trouble. They stole from the market, disrespect the Afei song, that's the village council, and even desecrate a sacred tree by carving their names into it. They really mean business. But on the 7th day, as the sun dipped low the horizon, a strange wind swept through Nto Edino. It carried whispered, like voices from the forest, and the air grew heavy. That night, Akai woke up screaming. His body was covered in boil that burned like hot coals. He scratched until his skin bleed, but the pain only grew worse. And by morning, the rest were struck too, their body worked with fever and their eyes wide with fear. The village healer, Etakpan, examined them and shook his head. This is no ordinary sickness. The ancestors are angry. The gods of the land are angry. Panic spread. The youth who once laughed at the old ways now tremble. Ekaetuk ran to the elders, begging for help. Ekaudwak's face was turned. The shrine was destroyed. The mothers were insulted. The balance is broken. Only a great sacrifice can appease Abasi Enyong and the ancestors. As the village gathered, a shadow loomed. The strange wind returned, and with it, a figure appeared at the edge of the forest, a woman no one recognized. She dressed in white, her eyes glowing like ember. She pointed at Akai's compound and spoke in a voice that echo like a storm. The ancestors demand justice. Restore the shrine, or Nto Edino will fail and fall. Who was this woman? Was she a spirit, a deity, or something else? The village buzzed with fear and question. But one thing was clear: the ancestors' anger was real, and time was running out. The mysterious woman's words sent chills through Nto Edino. The elders called an emergency meeting of their faison. Even the youth who once mocked tradition now listen in fear. The strange sickness had spread beyond Akai and his friends. Children cried with unexpected pains. Crops in the field began to wither. The sacred trees, once referenced as homes for ancestral spirits, stood silent. Their powers disrupted by the desecration. A Kauduak revealed the woman in white was a sign from Agwasienyong, the god of the sky. She is the messenger of the ancestors, she said. We must rebuild the shrine and perform the cleansing rituals. But it will not be easy. The sacrifice requires the heart of every offender, not in blood, but in humility. Akai, weak and covered in boil, refused to believe. Now what for Akai? He said, "It is just a coincidence." He gasped from his sick bed. No spirit can break me. But his mother, Ekaetu, had enough. She dragged him to the village square where the elders waited. "You will beg or you will disappear," she cried, tears streaming down her face. The Afaison outlined the rituals. The offenders, Akai, Esido, Akpanudo, must rebuild the shrine with their own hands, plant new sacred trees, Ayobidem and Okom, and other sacrifice of goats, kola nut, and palm wine to Abasiibom. They must also kneel before the elderly women and beg for forgiveness from their insults. They must buy them things that women use, since they call them smelling: soap, clothes, sponge, cream, even wrapper. They must beautify the women. Then the women will pray for them. But there was a catch. The ritual required a rare herbs, nkubia, said to grow deep in the forest, guided by spirits. Only a pure heart could find it. The village chose Esido, the youngest of the group, to lead the search. Unlike Akai, Esido's heart carried a flicker of remorse. He had joined the mischief to fit in, but deep down, he respected the old ways. Guided by Eteakpan, Esido set out into the forest at midnight, when the spirits were said to be most active. The path was dark, the air bruised with strange sound, whispered, laughter, and cries. Esido had pounded. Hey, but he pressed on, clutching a charm given by a Kaudua for protection. He was shaking. He almost peed in his pants. But he pressed on. Deep in the forest, he found a clearing where a single incubious plant glowed under the moonlight. As he reached for it, the woman in white appeared, her eyes looking into his soul. Why do you seek this herb? She demanded. Esido fell to his knee, trembling, to save my friends and my village. I was wrong to follow Akai. Please forgive me. Let me make it right. The woman's face softened. Your eyes are clear and truth. Your acts speak through. But know this, the ancestors sees all. Akai must bend, or the sickness will unlive him. She vanished. And Esido grabbed the herbs, running back to the village as if he was chased by the spirit, running and shaking. The ritual began at dawn. The youth, weak but determined, rebuilt the shrine under the elders' watchful eyes. They planted new sacred trees, their hands trembling as they walked. The village gathered, chanting prayer to Agasibo and the ancestors. Esido presented the herbs, and Eteakpan mixed it with a portion for the sick. One by one, Esido, Akpanudo, drank and began to heal. Their boil fading, but Akai refused to drink or Nilo. Ami Akai Yiko, I am stronger than your gods, he shouted, spitting at the shrine. This guy wants to kill himself. The ground shook. A deafening roar filled the air, and the woman in white appeared again, now towering over the village. Akai, your pride has broken the harmony, she thundered. The ancestors gave you a chance, but you have chosen your fate. Before anyone could react, Akai collapsed, his body shaking as the boy spread to his face. He screamed, begging for mercy, but it was too late. The sickness consumed him, and he lay still, unalive. The village fell silent. The woman in white turned to the crowd. Respect the mothers, honor the ancestors, and guide the sacred ways. The gods are not blind. And then she vanished, and the strange wind ceased. The sickness lifted from the village. Crops began to grow again, and peace returned. Esido, now humble, became a voice for the old ways, teaching the youth to respect the elders and the sacred trees. The shrine of Abasibom was restored, stronger than ever. Sacrifice resumed. The Annang people of Nto Edino learned a hard lesson. The ancestors' anger is slow but sure, and harmony with the spirit's war is the heartbeat of the community. Respect for elders, tradition, and spiritual balance of community is essential for peace and prosperity. Pride and defense against the sacred ways invite consequences, but humility and repentance can restore harmony.
How to make and use traditional black palm kernel oil in an Annang village. In many Annang villages, almost every household knows how to produce black palm kernel oil, a powerful, all-purpose traditional remedy passed down from our ancestors. This oil isn't just for cooking, it's medicine, protection, and healing in one bottle. How to make black palm kernel oil, Annang style. 1. Gather palm kernel seeds. These are the seeds found in the nuts from ripe palm fruits after the red palm oil has been extracted. Break the nuts, remove the seeds, clean them, and let them dry. 2. Put the seeds in a pot. A strong, deep iron or clay pot is best. 3. Set the pot on fire, use medium heat. Do not add water or oil. 4. Let it roast, stir occasionally. As the heat rises, the kernels will crack and release thick, dark oil. 5. Scoop the oil carefully. As it begins to pool, use a spoon or small bowl to scoop the oil out gradually. This process releases a black, smoky oil rich in nutrients and powerful traditional energy. It has a strong smell, but that's part of its strength. Benefits of black palm kernel oil. Antidote for poison, taken in small amounts or mixed with other herbs. Massage oil, rubbed on the body for joint pain, skin conditions, or general cleansing. Cough remedy, mix with a bit of honey or garlic. Nightmares and spiritual attack, combine with bitter kola and alligator pepper for protection while sleeping. Convulsions and seizures, mix with crushed garlic and onions, then apply gently on the body. Natural cream, used on babies or adults for smooth, glowing skin. Oral use, taken by mouth in small doses for internal cleansing and energy. Our forefathers couldn't live without black palm kernel oil. It was their spiritual shield, medicine, and daily healing oil. Today, we still honor that tradition, because the power in nature hasn't changed. This oil isn't just traditional, it's timeless. Please support me by subscribing, liking, and sharing my videos. Don't forget to turn on the notification button. Come back again, you never can tell what useful tips I'll share in my next video. Thank you, love you.